Hello everyone and welcome back to the bakery. I know it has been a while since I've last posted, and my last post was a monstrosity. Where have I been, you asked? Definitely not mining coal for hours on end in my favorite Minecraft RPG and doing nothing. Anyways, in today's video, I will be attempting to beat Dark Souls 3 one item at a time. What does this mean? Let's hop into the rules so I can further explain. There really aren't strict rules like a usual challenge. I'm allowed to use whatever item I want, but in order to use more items, I must kill more bosses. So starting out, I will only be able to use a weapon. Yeah, that's right, I won't even be able to heal. But after a boss has been killed, I can go out in the world and further upgrade my character, gathering items like rings, shields, or even armor. And for each boss I kill, I can also upgrade my weapon twice, just so I don't get too OP too quick. So, now that we have the rules laid in front of us, let's begin the challenge.
Wait!
Did you know you could join the bakery Discord today? Screw the subscribe button, become a cool person and join our community, and have awesome conversations with other bakers and creators alike. I hope to see you there. You may now resume, Gyro. Thank you, Wox Nadia. Anyways, we start by creating our character, Greasy Rectum. Don't ask me why I chose this. Lars Burrito and or Mancakes could not come up with something funny, so this is just what came to mind. We will be starting with Wretch, as it gives us a club and no armor, and a shield that we won't be using. And we also cannot claim a burial gift either, as we cannot use it off the start anyways. Then, Greasy Rectum rises from the grave. And following the rules of our video, we will only be using the club for now to kill Gundyr. No juice to drink or anything, just pure raw grug power.
Call this one the Southern Border Crisis. Oh,
Rhymes with grud.
Gundyr does end up posing a little bit of a challenge for us, but that's only because I have oxidized a little bit. I'm not the same man I used to be.
God damn it.
No. After a swing and a miss later, the full 19 inches goes down. And with that, we can now drink out of our sippy cups, so we can live more than 2 hits. Smile. We head up to Firelink and inject our sword into the ash. Transfer our blueberry Huggy to a fruit punch Huggy, so now we have 4 red Huggies. I have also decided, along with gaining 2 weapon upgrades for every boss we have killed, we will now also be able to upgrade our Estus once per boss slain. Now that we have used our upgrades available to us, it's time to head to Lothric and rush straight to Vort. But before we can do that, we must have a sick 1v1 with a knight and lose. Like I said, people, I have oxidized. It's not that I'm totally shit at a video game. Anyways, we've got a chubby to chase. Look, that's a Greasy Rectum. We meet. Fuck! After Vort dies, we talk to our grandma and decide we'll let her live for now, even though she already doesn't have much long left. We upgrade health a bit, and then we grab an Estus shard, and a key to free Grey Rat. And if you have seen my recent Dark Souls 3 videos, that means you know what time it is. Edit time. If she ever doesn't love me, I would tell the world she queens. So she better not love me. I've been trying to keep a mute streak. We got memories, you heard them say. She was the one taught me to go. She said, I'll teach you how to action. You're in Ohio. After freeing Grey Rat, we head back up to the bonfire. But since there were people 10 miles away from my bonfire, I couldn't even sit at it. Now, we can finally upgrade our flask. Afterwards, we get to head to the area that everyone in this game absolutely loves. If you're wondering what item I'm going to be getting next and why I haven't upgraded the club, I'm actually going to try and get the Flame Burge, which you can't get unless you farm it in this area. Lars Burrito offered an FJ with extra syrup, if you know you know, but I got the Flame Burge on the 3rd kill, meaning I don't get the FJ with extra syrup because it was only offered on the 1st kill. Not bad luck if you ask me. Please! Please! 3rd try! And now looking at it, we can't even use it yet, so now we gotta kill some innocent fellas. By innocent, I mean big demon monster. So we speak to Sieg, drink some mead, and then off we beat, I guess. That doesn't
Shut your lame ass up, man.
Anyways, we kill the big monster, and then we go down the Clarenthy Ring Tower, where I accidentally pick up Splunker's armor. Oopsie, I hope she doesn't mind that. With our souls, we upgrade Dex, but I was originally gonna upgrade Strength, but Lars made sure I didn't do the dumb choice, and I saved 2k souls. So now, with our upgrades, we're gonna attempt the Mancake's look-alike boss. That was super easy. This butt bead of a weapon sure does pop these pimples easy peasy. With that out of the way, we upgrade like usual, but the item of choice that I'm going to be choosing is... Guess it. You couldn't possibly if you guessed something that was green and metal, you would be correct. Cause we pick up the Grass Crest Shield, then I die soon after to a jaundice finger. Editor's note here, I am completely stupid. The sky is fully red and there is no speck of yellow on him. Now we do a lot of fast stuff, so try to keep up. I grab an Estus shard, along with an undead bone shard, the Mortician's ashes, give the Mortician's ashes to the old lady, but then remember I have no souls. So now we're done with the quick stuff, we need souls. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go tap the glass and kill a shit slinger. I was right about one thing. He did throw poo, but he forgot I was the greasy rectum. I deal with shit all day. No, not the poop! We also grabbed the large Titanite shards, just to have them for later. I swear if I get a comment that says something like, you should only pick up certain items or something after the boss, I will be so fucking mad. Are you the one with OBS open? We use the souls gained to upgrade our weapon, but we can still upgrade it 2 more times. So we buy 2 more shards with the 4 still needed. Would you look at that? Once again, we are out of souls, so let's go find something else to slaughter. Crystal Sage was our target. If you couldn't tell by my body being drenched in blood, she is now dead. But hey, we can afford 4 more shards, so we use those and the chunks I had picked up earlier to then upgrade our weapon to +4. So the weapon is technically maxed, even though I just realized we killed another boss, and now we could get it up to +6 if we wanted, but that will have to wait until after a few things are finished. We can, on the other hand, get a new item, so let's go grab that real quick. Yep, I did it. I grabbed the one ring that everyone loves but can't pronounce right. I'm just sticking with the green theme today for some reason. After that though, we extinguish all the fires in the nasty swamp that I love so dearly. I was right there! And now it's time for my favorite fight in the game, Abyss Watchers. If you can't tell by my voice, I am completely joking. I hate this fight a lot. The Abyss Watchers ended up taking around 6 or 7 tries until we killed it, or something like that. I don't really remember, I wasn't counting. And with that, our first Lord Ascender goes down. After our battle, we ended up leveling endurance, because our stamina is not the greatest. And I also kept running out of it in the Abyss Watchers fight. And the Flameburst already uses a lot of stamina per swing. And I've been feeling a little bit naked through this entire run, even though I usually play with no armor. I feel kind of like I have to in this video, or I'm taking the cheap way out of this challenge. So I will be purchasing the Abyss Watcher's chest armor. Then we head to the catacombs, take a couple of rights and never lefts, and we end up at a bonfire, which we use immediately to take out Wolnir. And after the fight, I forgot that I had 20k souls on me, and I almost walked into hell not realizing. So let's put these souls into health. We can also now get another equipment upgrade, but I'm not going to use it just yet because I want to upgrade my weapon first. And as I was on my way to Old Demon King, I accidentally picked up an item, so that means I am now out of the upgrade that I wanted for my person, so I'm so happy that I wasted it. We picked up multiple large Titanite shards, and then began our fight with the Old Demon King. After he is defeated, we upgrade our strength along with bringing our weapon up by 1, then purchasing the Abyss Watcher's leggings as our equipment upgrade. Then we head to the Cathedral of the Deep to quickly kill the deacons, and I mean very quickly. I wasn't messing around. I did not want to be here longer than I needed to be. This is the only thing that I have left before I actually have to progress more in the game, so let's make this quick. Quick editor's note, but god damn. Look at my boy Gale. You can tell he's been doing this for a while. He's been in a lot of lots. Some might even call him Elizabeth. Also, I will not be saving Sigurd as that requires us to buy 4 items. And there is a few ways I could do this, but I don't want to just because it would take a lot of work for one boss fight. I just have to make sure to not pick up something after Aldrich so I can actually use Yorm's weapon. Oh my god, I did it first try. Never mind. I can't believe that. Well, deacons were pretty easy. Through most of my challenge runs, I've started to realize that sometimes the deacons really are a test to see if you can beat certain challenge runs. It's just an ass of a boss that some weapons aren't viable for. The lightning arrow. Anyways, with the souls gained and previous bosses killed, we leveled up quite a bit. And as far as our next upgrade goes, we will need to go kill a rat in order to get it. Oh, that was pretty easy. The rat's dead. He sometimes gives me a bit of trouble, but this flame burst is providing a lot of nice big damage. And then, like any other run I do, or anyone for that matter, we gaze at a painting for hours on end in a basement that probably has white specks all over the walls if you look with a UV light. Then proceed to get multiple back shots by 5 human dogs. 5 of them. In one area. I mean, seriously, I want to know who thought this portion of the level had good design. I also want to know who passed the green light for dogs to be able to teleport. Anyways, we open an elevator shortcut, then the shortcut for Pontiff. Then it's time for what might be my favorite boss of all time in FromSoft's catalog. After dying a couple times, I had a pretty good idea. I was sitting in a call with Lars Burrito and Mancakes during this, and I heard Lars explaining how whenever he plays Dark Souls 3, he uses a shield, which I never use a shield to block any incoming damage in any Souls game I play, or parry. So let's see if I can parry Pontiff to death. I parried him twice and then soon realized that this was not a fun way of playing the game for me. And also, parrying isn't just super easy to pull off like a dodge is, and I think that is just because I never parry. But I mean, this shield is there for people who like to hide behind shields, but it is that I choose to be a real man and face the fight head on, like a cool man, I guess. Okay, I'm done shitting on Lara. Now it's time for Hold On. Remember Dark Souls 1? And Orlando.
Wait!
Remember Dark Souls 1? Well, that was quick. Now it's time to kill. Wait! Remember Dark Souls 1? Well, that was easy, even though he did pull a bitch move to restore his health. But I'm at fault for that, for being bad at the game.
Wait!
Remember Dark Souls 1? After the fight, I scope out what weapon I will be using next. But I can't use that weapon until Yorm is defeated. But before we can go kill him, my character is in need of some more gamer subs. I only have 7 right now, and I have not been picking up more as we progress the boss list, so let's go pick up a few. We first pick up the one near your mother, then the one before Crystal Sage, and the last one inside of Satan's asshole, where we got lost a few times and I forgot I was playing Dark Souls 3. So since I forgot, we continued to get ganked for a solid few seconds, then miss a jump a few times. But after another go, we gather the last Estus shard of our gathering. We make it back to Firelink to use our collected shards, and apparently we had one that we hadn't used yet, so we ended up with 4 extra flasks and an undead Bonehard shard. Now it's time to make it to Yorm. So, we run through a little segment of Irithyll Dungeon, grabbing the Jailbreaker key and running past everything, while also grabbing a Titanite chunk. Then we get to experience peak gameplay. And by that, I mean turning off the game and not running through a sewer of rats because I care about my mental health. Anyways, we unlock a shortcut for when we inevitably come back to kill Nameless King. We make it to the dilapidated tower, grabbing an undead hard bone shard. Then we head to... Then we make it right outside of Yorm's arena. Let's see if we will die on the first attempt again like we did last time.
Okay, Yorm did not take more than one attempt.
Yorm in fact only took one try this time around. I can really prove my soul's playerness like? I don't even know. Anyways, since I don't want to farm for another Flame Burge, we are going to be using the Wolf Knight's Greatsword, which we level up to +3. Then it's off to Dancer. This was the weirdest fight I've ever had against Dancer in my entire life. She legit never hit me in her first phase, and even in her second phase, she rarely attacked me. But hey, I'll take that I guess, that was kind of the best outcome that I could have got. After Dancer, we level up, then go to the Consumed King's garden, grabbing an Estus flask and opening a shortcut. But it turns out we didn't need it, because I also first tried Osiris. This was the best attack cycle I think I could have ever got in a Osiris fight. After our lucking out, we had to upgrade our weapon to max. Now, it's time to head to the champion, the one who was in the tutorial but better.
So Gundyr was not a first try, he almost was, but he just doesn't know how to throw. He took a couple tries, but after the fourth he goes down. And with that, our streak of first trying bosses ends. But for our equipment upgrade, we are going to take Gundir's Chain, which increases a few stats that will help us out. And our upgrade for Osiris will be the Strength Ring when we get to it. But for now, we will need to go on a mission after we upgrade. Alright, we got the best item in the game at the end of the game. Smile. And I also lied. I realized we have no gloves, so we will just get the ring after Dragon Slayer armor. Speaking of dragon armor, it looks like it's time to fight him. Welp. That was an average Dragon Slayer fight. He didn't really pose much of a threat to us anyways. Now, we can go grab the Knight's Ring, so let's do that real quick. Now that we have that, the gauntlet has been formed, our loadout is fully completed, and now all that's left to do is complete the game, so let's get it hot. First, we get a little lost in the Grand Archives, but after a bit of playing Ring Around the Rosie, my memory comes back to me, and I end up opening a few shortcuts, hop roof to roof, grabbing an undead boner shard, run past an old friend, then we open another shortcut, and it's time for the twins. Quick little editor's note, these last 3 fights are going to be the more cinematic fights where I use custom pick music over the fights, so it's going to lengthen the video out a little bit more, and I realize that this is kind of bad and I should have separated this more throughout the video, but I will leave beginnings and ends to the fights, so if you don't want to watch it, you can go ahead and skip to the end of the fight. Wow. The twins only took 1 attempt. I am super happy about this. These guys usually are the only ones in this challenge that always give me trouble. They are quite easy to kill, but also look at like this stupid shit. Like, are you serious? I thought the fight had bugged out, but I guess the other twin had a failsafe. Anyways, it's time to level up a bit. And now it's time for Arc Dragon Peak. First things first, we need to kill the ancient... I said we need to kill the ancient... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, Jesus Christ, finally. I think I'm the first person in all of existence to take more than 1 attempt on the ancient dragon. Now, all that's left is to turn on no hit and head to the Nameless King. Alright, hopefully we first try this guy as well. I dodged. I'm dead! Why did I attack? It was not the first try. But he did not take too long after all. But the most embarrassing thing about this fight is that I used all of my flasks just to kill him. After that, we level up one more time for this run, then offer all of the cinders. Speak to our fine specimen as our screen fades to black. We are sent to the end of time where only one boss stands in our way of victory.
You can chill out, pimp. Oh my fucking god.
Well, there it is, everyone. Lord of Cinder dies in only 3 tries. We have successfully beat Dark Souls 3 one atom at a time, along with a few upgrades, I guess. This challenge, all in all, was the easiest recording session of Dark Souls 3 I've ever done in my life. Even though my last Dark Souls video was Dark Souls 3 Easy Mode, this was still easier for some reason. A lot of the bosses went down in 1 or 2 tries, which I'm not complaining about. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and if you guys like my content, I'm sure you'd also love my pal Mancakes' videos as well. If you haven't already, leave a comment in the video. It's the easiest way to interact with you guys, and I also just love responding to comments. Or you could also join the Discord, which is in the description below, where you can have awesome conversations with people like me and Mancakes, along with other creators and just people in the server. And if you would like, you could subscribe, but I don't give a shit. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope everyone has a fantastic afternoon. Bye-bye.